I'm Hayley Woodin from our Business in Vancouver newsroom. Here are some of the top business stories we're following this hour. The United States and China are exploring a deal to diffuse trade tensions. The Wall Street Journal has reported such a deal would see Washington hold off on additional tariffs in exchange for talks that examine changes to Chinese economic policy.
So, Hayley, what are you hearing from people in the business community about this?
I think, frankly, there's quite a bit of relief that we're going to see legislation tabled before the end of this year. Some business sectors in particular have really lobbied hard for getting ride-hailing services sooner than later in BC.
We also know the NDP has a very ambitious agenda around more social spending, housing affordability being one, childcare, the healthcare system being other areas. And in the 2017 election, it was clear British Columbians did maybe want more spending in those key areas. And we've had you on the show before to talk about maybe what went wrong or what was missed in that election. How do you balance the two? Because these are very expensive agendas.
Yeah. The Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership received royal assent in Canada this week. 5 countries have ratified the 11-country trade deal. 1 more country is needed before the CPTPP can be implemented. When it is, Canada will be among the first countries to enjoy duty-free access on 86% of goods and services categories. The face of leadership in BC is far from representative.
And a tech stock sell-off is really pushing the markets lower. Do we know what's leading to that?
Some uncertainty around the fact that these companies are very highly valued. That happens and has been happening over the last year and a bit. But Apple in particular was hit the hardest among tech stocks. Its shares hit a 3-month low, and that specifically is around concerns that there's weak demand for the iPhone. Not exactly what investors want to hear ahead of a busy holiday shopping season.
Now, today we have a very special episode. I'm joined by 2 guests who have generously donated their time to join me today to discuss and debate electoral reform, specifically, though, from an economic and business standpoint.
It has been a whirlwind week in trading for Nanaimo-based cannabis company Tilray. Shares hit an intraday high Wednesday of nearly $300 per share. That's more than 1,600% above its $17 IPO price mid-July.
I'm interested to know whether junior miners, smaller companies are able to embrace technology at a similar level as, say, Goldcorp or Teck Resources can, because they have been pioneers to some extent in terms of adopting new technologies.
Yeah.
The government is certainly confident that they can find a way to move forward on this. Morneau announced today that the government is prepared to indemnify Kinder Morgan, compensate the company for any losses they experience as a result of BC delays to the pipeline. And he took that one step further to say that if Kinder Morgan chooses to step away from the project, the government will honor this agreement with any other company that chooses to step forward.